2nd and 2. Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the Bengals are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow looking to pass. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And now off to the races, down the right side. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive. Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he brings to right around the 26-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. This is Michel on the counter, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Bridgewater sliding out of the pocket. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Brandon Wilson to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, 61 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Bridgewater on 1st down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Finding some room at midfield, and he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but they really put your foot in the turf and drive.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Snags it for the pick, and the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
1st down, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, what a catch by Waddle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Bridgewater now. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Wilson now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for Cincinnati. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. A give. This is Michel. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Play action now. Bridgewater rolling to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Flush to his right. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion. I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Another carry for Michel on second down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Worth noting, that visiting sideline is getting the worst of the sun right now. It can definitely play a factor, especially because the other sideline is in full shade. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. On second down, Michel. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Sony Michel, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Bridgewater will try and throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On second and 10, Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Back now in Miami. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Here's a give to Mixon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. On the ground, Michel. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive of 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. A handoff to Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Dolphins 25.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
77 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now Michel. And he works free. Still fighting. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 9. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Bridgewater sliding out of the pocket. Toward the pylon, caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone, Wilson.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
So Burrow and the Bengals
down by a field goal, 27 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Throwing, Burrow. Pass complete, Hurst. And he'll be brought down after a nice gain, a pickup of 20.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Burrow, he'll buy some time right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36.
And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing here, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the...
And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it.
And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
It's about that time.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.